Ambassadors for Respect, brought to you by Peacemaker, Minnesota.
Hi, I am a student from InStep Transition Program. My name is Abdi Jabbar and I am Ambassadors for Respect. This means I promise to include others, use personal first language, and advocate for ourselves and others. I hope you will all be ambassadors for respect.
Today, we want to give you a recipe to stop bullying.
Here's the first way we can prevent bullying. Include others.
Our first ingredient is inclusion. What does inclusion mean? Inclusion is the act of being included, being accepted by others. 'Tis about being accepted for who we are and what we are. We are all human beings. We may look different, walk different, but we all feel and we all want to be loved and valued for who we are.
Dan, I was spending time with my wife, Cat Jasmine, watching TV with my computer will tell you one of my experiences.
I used to get bullied, especially on the bus. One person would block my way and not let me pass, and it made me feel sad, bad and helpless. I told my teacher and my teacher told the person to stop bullying me, and it worked. Bus rides were much better after I got help. If you had bullied people, you can stop. Everyone has feelings and they deserve to feel safe.
If you are bullied, tell a teacher to help.
Hi, my name is Michael. I like to listen to music, play video games. I saw my friend get bullied, and I said, I'm sorry. My friend got hopeful. If you see someone get bullied, stand for them.
We include people because all matter. We all in the point to matter how different we are. You can include people too. Invite them to play, sit by them at lunch, say hello in the hallway. Can you think of a way to include someone?
The second ingredient for our recipe to stop bullies is using personal first language.
Step 2 to prevent bullying. Use person first language.
Words are very powerful. We people with disabilities have been called many things over history. Ugly, hurtful words. Our language needs to stay the personal first language because people are what matters the most, not our disabilities.
Here's an example how to use person first language, and Matthew will show you how to use it.
You wouldn't say, hey look, there's a blind person. You would say, this is a person who is blind, not just their blindness. There's a whole lot more interesting stuff about them. You wouldn't say this, hey look, there goes a disabled person. You would say, hey, this is a person with a disability. They're not just a disability. There's a whole lot more interesting stuff about them. And they were all... And anyway, you wouldn't say, hey look, there's an autistic person. You would say, this is a person with autism. But this is a girl that is a whole lot more interesting than that. And you wouldn't say, hey look, there goes a handicapped person. You would say, hey, this is a person with a disability, but there's a lot more interesting stuff about them.
Now it's your turn. Let's see if you can figure out the answer. Get help from others in your group if you need it. Matthew is going to give you a short quiz to see what you have learned.
Hello, it's Matthew again, and I'm gonna quiz you on what we did last time together. So, without further ado, let's do it. There we go. Circle 1. Is this person A, autistic, or B, with autism? I'll give you 10 seconds to briefly discuss that. So, what did you find out? If you picked A, autistic, you would be wrong. But if you answered B, a person with autism, you would be correct. So, how could we describe this boy? He is a blank who is blind. I'll give you 10 seconds to briefly discuss that. If you said he is a blind who is blind, you'd be incorrect. But if you said he is a person who is blind, you'll be correct. Can you describe this person using first-person language? I'll give you 10 seconds to briefly discuss that. Okay. If you said this is a person with a disability, but he is a whole lot more interesting than that, you'd be correct. But if you said this is a handicapped person, you'd be incorrect. This is Denisha. She is a blank with a disability, but there are a lot of other things that make her amazing. What else do you notice about her? If you said this is Denisha, she is a person with a disability, you would be correct. But if you said but there are a lot of other things that make her amazing, what else do you notice about her? I know. Well, if you notice, she has some very beautiful clothes on. For instance, her headdress and her dress and her shoes, which are green. I don't see green shoes that often. But if you said this is Denisha,
language is powerful. We want to use and we not want to hurt people and ambassador for respect to use respect first language.
The third ingredient is the recipe. To stop bullying is advocating.
advocate for yourself and others.
Advocating is when you stand up for someone or something. And his example how to use advocating yourself.
I can show you a picture to the last day.
Your soda.
I'm looking over here, but Simon, don't do it to my friend.
Okay.
Jordan, I got to Kev, and Ian, Simon being a bully.
Simon bully.
Okay.
My friend, I got to Kev, Ian, Simon being bully. Simon bully.
What are one way you can do act of kindness for people is by doing something nice for them. What are something that you can think of to do one thing that's good for people? Our activity was one way to do this. Now it's over to you after this training. Write down something you will actually do for someone. Don't just take notes.
Your string and the stars will stay in the classroom to remind you of the commitment you made to doing acts of kindness.
You have the power to make difference in your life, to in life of someone else.